Today what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at the third lick in Slow Note Terror. And this comes from Troy Stetina's Metal Lead Primer book. And yeah, we're going to take a look at the lick, break it up, and I'll quickly show you how you can apply this to your solo and your improvs and stuff. So let me bring the camera down and let's go for it. So, first off, here's the lick. Yep, so there's that lick. So let's start right in. The first part is here, this part right here. So here is going to be the big stumbling point of, I think, of this whole lick. Is what you need to do is you need to bend up and have that stop before you hit this note in this note. Like watch when if I hold it. Not horrible. So the problem there is this note is running into this note and then that note. And what you really want to do is you want that to stop before we hit that note right there. And the way you do that, like we do a couple of those, as opposed to it doesn't sound horrible, but it's a little messy sounding. You want that to stop before. Just sounds a lot more cleaner that way. And what we need to do here is we need to bend up. And then we need to let up under pressure, but keep your finger just lightly touching the string. Let it just come right down to with the string. And the string is just we're gonna bend it up. And then let this string come right back to its natural position. You're not going to play with it or anything. Just bend up and let the string come down. And as soon as we get up here, letting up under pressure. And we're not taking our finger off. You're letting the pressure up, let the string come down, all the while letting it just lightly touch that string. And that's really, really, really important. You don't want to be bending up. And keep the pressure when it comes down. It's not going to sound right. You don't want. It's not going to. It sounds like almost 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. You want 1, 2, 1, 2, and you don't want to take your finger off of there, or you get that noise from the. From the strings, not just that one, but other ones. So you got to really work on that. And basically what I'm doing, I'll just show you here. I'm going to just use one finger in this case. You bend up. And then I'm just letting up under pressure, letting it come down, and see my fingers still on there. And there we go. And, yep, that's what you want to do. You're going to have to work this a lot to get it down. Some people might get it really quick, but a lot of people struggle with trying to get that to come down and stop without holding it or bringing their finger off. Yeah, so you got to really work on that. And the thing about bends, I did a little demo there showing you with one finger. Never do that, though. Always have 2 fingers on there. You need that extra support from this finger. You have a lot more control. Try it doing that way and then with one finger. So much harder with one finger. So always have that second finger in there to reinforce it. And see how my thumb is over here? You always want to have that thumb hanging over. You don't want to be having your thumb right here. Again, you can try it yourself. It's a little bit harder to control. You don't have as much of a grip on there. So whenever you're doing a bend, 2 fingers, get that thumb wrapped around and yeah, you're going to have some real control over it. Of course, you're playing scales and stuff. When you get down to lower strings, yes, you're going to want to have that finger down. But always when you go to a bend, Make sure you get that thumb up there. Use the 2 fingers. That's going to give you more control. So, work on that, and then what we need to do is add in that note. And by the way, this note I'm bending is on the G string. And then I'm bending up on the G string. And I'm hitting that note right there on the B string. So bend it up. Let it stop before I hit that. And that's it. So do a bunch of those. And if you end up finding yourself going, or you're hanging on, go back to just going. And also, another thing I suggest is put your palm on the lower strings so they don't ring out. Like, watch what happens when I don't put my palm down. You get a little extra noise. It's all the string noise of the lower strings. So you want to make sure you have that palm and covering those lower strings. Okay, then we're gonna add this note in there, and what I do is I fret these 2 notes right here together. So I'm gonna have those 2 fretted. I'm gonna bend here, put it all together. Yep, that's how you want to do that. Now, with the picking direction, in the book, how Troy has it is all downstrokes, and it would seem like it makes sense, you know, since you're going here and you're going all the way down, going down, 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 down. Oh, I did it up. Down, 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 down. Seems like it totally makes sense. And Troy is doing this, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, he has not covered the alternate picking in that book yet. So he's just showing that, yeah, you can do all down picking. But this is personally the way I like to do it, is go down, down, then up. Because then what's happening here is I'm already in the direction I need to go to be able to hit that next part. Down, down, up. Now I'm heading up there, and I hit this note now. I'm right where I need to be. So down, down, up, and there I am. I'm right where I need to be for the next part of it. If I don't do that, and I go all down, 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 down. Now I got to change direction, then come all the way back up, and then go ahead and hit that. So it's extra movement in there. So I personally like to go down, down, up. There we go. And practice that, whole bunch of them. And another good thing to do, because, you know, at first, coordinating that might be a bit tricky. So you take your right hand, and you muffle the strings with your left hand, and just pick the notes themselves. Down, down, up, strings themselves. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Do a whole bunch of those, and you're going to get really used to it. And another thing, too, is I don't go pluck, 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 pluck. I let it kind of glide. So I'm going, when I hit the first one, I know it's kind of hard. It's hard to see on here, but I hit the first one, and then you let it immediately go right down and touch the next one. So it's down, down, and then this one, I'm going to still let it flow downwards in a downward direction, but I'm going past. I'm lifting up just slightly, so I'm going past that string. So it's down, down, and then up. Down, down, up. Notice I'm not plucking each one. You don't want that. You want a nice, even, smooth motion. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. You know, of course, it stops just slightly when it hits the string, but I'm keeping this smooth motion going down and then up. Down, down, up. So this is really good to develop your right hand. And if you do a lot of these, you're going to all of a sudden notice this. Oh, this is starting to fall into place. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now the second half is you're going to bend the note up. Take your pinky and you're going to hit the 8th fret on the high E. And then you're going to keep this bent up when you do that. Then you're going to hit it again. You bring it down, you give it a little bit of a wiggle. That's vibrato. We can talk about that a little more in another lesson, but so it's bend up. Pinky on the 8th fret. Hit that again. Bring it down, give it a little bit of a wiggle. And again, picking direction. What I do is I bend up, and then I go downwards on that. When I hit this 8th fret, I go upwards, because then I'm going in that same direction again, the direction I need to go to hit this note. So down, up, then there you go. I can hit that. And there you go. That's how you do that part. So get those two separately downward pretty well, and then finally just put them together. And then again, quickly on the vibrato, what you do is you want to try and make sure it's even. If you can't do like a wider vibrato, evenly, then just give it a little bit of a wiggle. What you don't want to do is have uneven vibrato. It's going to sound horrible. So if you can't, this is something that takes a lot of work. You want to start out slow, going. Then try to slowly build up, but it's got to stay even. So if you can't, play a bigger vibrato evenly, then just give it a little bit of a wiggle for right now, just until you work on your vibrato and get that better. So yeah, there's your lick. Now, what you want to do is you also want to steal some of this stuff and put it in your improvs. Now, you're probably not going to want to do the whole phrase. You can, but a lot of times what you do is you just take little bits and pieces off of all these licks and you just kind of fit them into your own, what I call musical vocabulary. Just like the English language, you have your vocab for that. Same thing with the musical language. You want to go and build up your arsenal of licks. So basically, what you do is say you're playing. Maybe I'm going to try and put in. I want to use that. So. No, I was going for the whole lick. Hold on. So. You can mess around with that. You can play around with that. Then you got this one. You can use that kind of stuff. Just kind of throw it in there. And, it's going to be, at first, a little bit awkward and not sound all that great in the very beginning. And as a matter of fact, this was the first time I tried to throw that into my improvs. And even though I've been playing a while, sound okay. Maybe to you it probably sounds okay, but to me, it was a bit messy because it was the first time I tried that actually. Um, but yeah, you're gonna have to do that over and over and over again until it really starts to sound natural coming into your improvs. And you want to play some improvise before and work on going into the lick. You also want to work on going out of the lick smoothly too, so you can, it becomes a very natural part of your playing. And you don't have to, whenever you learn new licks, you don't have to bring every single lick into your improvs. Just the things that you really like, you kind of work in. So that's it. That's it for this lesson. A little bit longer one, but yeah, work on that. Try to get that lick down. Work it into your improv, in your solos, whatever. And yeah, this is going to work on some good technique too. So there you go. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.